Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. This is a little bit of a different video today. It's not the 24/7 news video. It's actually a transfer signing announcement video. If you haven't seen on Twitter, this was announced this morning. I was actually in work and a mate texted me going, "Great signing for you," and I was like, "What?" Looked on Twitter and saw that we had announced the signing during the Rafa Benitez press conference. This has come out the blue for me. I do the news videos on here all the time, as you will know. This is one I've not heard. I've not heard any rumours about it. It's come straight out of left field. And Rafa Benitez announced it during his press conference, which I always think is a bit weird. Not as weird as an at half-time announcement like we did, I think, with McGeady, because me and my family went when we were at the game that they announced it. I think it was McGeady anyway. So it's not quite that levels of odd, but during a press conference it's still a bit weird, and Benitez just dropped it in. But yeah, we're here. The whole video is that Everton have signed Andy Lonergan on a season for this season, basically on a free, and his contract is up at the end of the season, which is a bit crazy. Obviously, some of you might know him from his time from 2000. He played for Preston. It's actually where he spent most of his career. He played 207 games at Preston from 2000 to 2011. Scored one goal as well, apparently. He's from Preston as well, and spent his youth there in Blackburn. Everton, you might also remember the name because Everton were trying to sign him about 15 years ago, so what, in the 2010s? The Echo put that he's broken his 15-year wait for a transfer. So 15, 20, yeah, so about 2005 we were after him, if my maths is correct. Yeah, so he's waited a long time to come to Everton. He is now 37 years old, so he's quite old. For me, this signing was a bit underwhelming. When my mate messaged me, he was like, "What a great signing for you," and I got excited. I thought we'd done an absolute, amazing, something that we got like McNeil or Correa or someone that I've spoke about quite frequently in the videos of, with the gossip. And then I looked and I was like, obviously some of you might know him as well because of his time at Liverpool, although he didn't play any games for Liverpool really. He hasn't played many games in the last 3 years. He's actually only played, in the last 3 years, he's played no games. He was at Liverpool in 2019 to 20, played no games. 2021 at Stoke, played no games. 21, he was at West Brom, played no games. And now at 21 again, Everton. I don't foresee him playing games either at us, to be completely honest. Before his move to Liverpool, he was at Rochdale where he played 7 games. He's not played a lot of games in the last, 4 or 5 years. Really not a lot at all. So yeah, the signing as a whole for me is a bit underwhelming. But apparently there is. I don't think he will play a game for us. I think he's literally gonna stay as a backup. And his Wikipedia will read in 10 months. Everton 0 appearances. To be honest, because I think Begovic is going to be our cup keeper, and basically he's going to be back, second in hand to Pickford. But there is a reason for this. There is a reason the club are going for this, and that is that João Virginia is going to Sporting Lisbon. Supposedly, there's big rumours of that. So he's going to Sporting Lisbon off on loan, and Harry Trier, the under-23s keeper, has picked up an injury. So obviously the club are a little bit cautious about that. They don't want Pickford to get injured and Begovic to get injured and then them have no keeper. And I know it sounds unlikely, and when I first saw this I was like, what's the point? Those two aren't going to get injured at the same time. And then I remembered it's Everton, and that is very, very possible. Any other club would say, oh, it's not going to happen. With us, I could 100% see it happening. So maybe it's good to have a backup. I imagine he's on small wages as well, because it's not like he's highly rated now. 37, he's probably in the twilight years. If he plays no games for us, I honestly think he might wind down his career. It reminds me a lot of Scott Carson for Manchester City. Obviously, he plays, as I say plays, he was on there for homegrown talent, but he hardly played. These older goalkeepers, Lee Grant for United, rings similar bells to that, in all honesty. But it's like I said, it's just going to be a backup, to be completely honest with you. And in that case, I'm not not massively against it as long as his wages aren't massive, and they aren't going to be. It's a very underwhelming one. I'm not excited by it. I genuinely don't think we'll see him. The club are going to pay out wages, which is a little bit annoying because you could argue, what's the point, because he won't play. But it's so Everton for both our keepers to get injured and the under 21s be injured, and we end up putting somebody in goal that shouldn't be or is really below par. So I guess they're covering their own back with that. But that's all we've got time for. It's a very short video because, like I said, he's not played a lot in the last 5 years. So it's a really tough video to try and talk about for 10 minutes. It's just a quick announcement. But don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below as well on any, not any of the stuff discussed. Comment down below your thoughts on the transfer. Do you think it's sensible by the club? Do you think it's a bit of a waste by the club? Let us know down below. Personally, I think it is one of those where I can't see a lot happening in terms of, I don't think he'll make an appearance, but it's good that the club are prepared. But yeah, let me know down below as always. And just a final one, obviously it's a new season, there's new kits. All the kits this season I quite like. The home kit looks nice, the away kit looks nice, the third kit looks nice. If you agree with me and you want some and you haven't already got your new kit for this season, don't forget you can go to the description down below and you can get your Everton shirts and all other Everton merchandise on the official Everton Direct shop, and if you use the link in the description down below, you actually help the channel out massively, and we really appreciate it at the channel if you could help, if you could help out and get it through there. More than likely you're probably going to buy the kit anyway, so if you just do it through there, it helps us massively. You can follow me and the Toffee Blues on Twitter as well, links are in the description as always, and most importantly, stay safe guys.